There is a section on your LinkedIn profile that has the power to turn a complete stranger into a warm lead. It's not your experience section, not your headline, not your list of skills and endorsement. Guess what it is? It is your LinkedIn About section. Those 2,200 characters sitting quietly beneath your headline. The ones most people either leave completely blank, filled with a formal third-person biography nobody asked for, or paired with buzzwords that say everything and means absolutely nothing. And here's the painful irony. The About section is the one place of your entire LinkedIn profile where you have full creative control. No format restrictions, there are no character limits that cut you off mid-thought. Just space, your space. Say exactly what you do, exactly who you do it for, and exactly why the right person should stop scrolling and start a conversation with you. Yet, most people waste it completely. And by the end of this video, you won't be among most people who waste that opportunity, because I'm going to walk you through exactly how you write a LinkedIn About section that does not only describe you, but actively works to bring the right people into your world, then warm them up and move them towards reaching out to you, aka inbound link. Quick one. My name is Ajayi Olalikon. I am a personal branding strategist and LinkedIn ghostwriter. And on this channel, my goal is to show you how to write online and become recognized, respected, and rewarded for your years of experience and impact. And over the last few years, I've built a following of over 17,000 people on LinkedIn, reviewed more than 500 profiles across different industries, and helped over 200 professionals and executives build personal brands that actually open doors of opportunities. And in all of that work, across every profile, every audit, every strategy session, the About section is consistently the section doing the most damage when it's wrong, and the most quiet, powerful selling when it's done right. So let me show you how to get yours right in this video. The first thing is to understand what your LinkedIn About section is actually for. Before you write a single word, you need to get clear on what job your About section is doing for you. Firstly, it is not a biography. It is not a summary of your CV. It is not a list of adjectives describing how passionate and driven you are. Your About section is a conversion tool. Its job is to take someone who just landed on your profile, curious but unconvinced, and walk them through every specific psychological journey, from who is this person to this person understands my exact situation, to I need to reach out and work with them. The journey has 4 stages, and each one maps directly to a section of your About section. Sounds like tautology, but it's true. I call it the SPCA framework, and I'm going to build it with you right now, section by section, so that by the time you close this video, you have a complete structure you can fill in today and build a compelling narrative in your About section. So, what is the SPCA framework? The S is for stop the scroll with your opening line. Here is something most people don't know about their LinkedIn About section. When someone visits your profile, they do not see your full and complete About section. They see the first 2 to 3 lines, roughly the first 300 characters, and then a See More button, of which if they click the See More button, they get to see your entire About section. Those first 2 to 3 lines are not just an introduction, they are the entire argument for whether anyone decides to read the rest of your About section. If your About section opens with, I am a seasoned professional with over 12 years of experience in the financial service industry, or worst case scenario, Sarah is a 12-year experienced professional, nobody is clicking See More. because that sentence tells them nothing surprising, nothing specific, and nothing that makes them feel like the next paragraph will be worth their time. Your opening line needs to do one thing: create enough curiosity, recognition, or tension that clicking "see more" just feels involuntary. There are three opening structures that work consistently from my experience. Number one, the problem statement. Name the exact frustration your ideal client or employer is living with right now. For example, most executives have spent decades building expertise that the world has never actually seen. That gets attention. Number two, the bold claim. Say something specific and slightly counterintuitive about your field. Example, the best LinkedIn profiles are not written, they are engineered. That's just some curiosity. The third one, the direct address. Speak so specifically to your reader that they feel personally called out. For example, if you're a consultant whose LinkedIn profile still reads like a CV, you are losing clients you don't even know you are losing. All of these three examples work. The common thread is specificity and tension. Write something that makes your ideal reader think, "That's exactly it," or "That looks like me," and they will click "see more" every single time, or at least 8 out of 10 times. The P stands for present the problem that you solve. Once you have earned the click, now you go deeper into the problem. This is where most about sections go wrong in a completely different direction. Instead of continuing to speak to the reader's reality, people pivot immediately to start talking about themselves, their background, their journey, their achievements. And nothing is as boring as meeting a person for the first time and all they are doing is talking about themselves. Resist that instinct. Stay with the problem for one more bit. Expand it. Make the reader feel genuinely understood before you then introduce yourself as the solution to their problem. Example: the problem isn't that you lack results. You have results, real ones, earned over years of serious work. The problem is that your LinkedIn profile is communicating none of these results. And in a world where opportunities go to the most visible, not the most qualified, that gap is costing you dearly. When someone reads that and thinks, "Yes, that is exactly my situation," you have done something more powerful than any pitch can do. You have made them feel seen and understood. And people do not forget the people who make them feel seen. Now, and only now, you can introduce yourself. The C in the framework is for connect your story to their solution. This is where you bring yourself into the picture, into the narrative, but through the lens of the reader, not through the lens of your own ego. This is not the time to start listing everything you have done. You are drawing a direct line between your specific experience and their specific problem. For example, I spent years in corporate administration, running calendars, managing communications, making executives look good from behind the scene. And somewhere in that work, I became obsessed with one question: why do some professionals command rooms, attract opportunities, and build influence effortlessly, while others with equal or greater talent remain invisible? The answer almost always was visibility, specifically visibility on LinkedIn. Actually, that is my true life story before I pivoted from the admin industry into personal branding and LinkedIn ghostwriting. That story does three things simultaneously. Number one, it establishes credibility through real experience. Number two, it creates a narrative thread that connects your past to your current work. Number three, it reinforces the problem by showing that you arrived at your expertise through genuine observation, not theory. Now you close that section with a brief, confident statement of what you now do and who you do it for. In my case, I would say, today, I work with executives, consultants, and founders to build LinkedIn profiles and personal brand strategies that make the right people notice them and reach out. Simple, specific, and confident. The A in the framework is ask for action. The final section of your about section is the one most people leave out entirely, and it is the one that turns a reader into a lead. A clear, specific call to action. Why? Because people do not take actions if they are not invited to take. If you want someone to reach out to you, to book a call with you, to download your lead magnet, or visit your website, you have to tell them explicitly in plain language. For example, your CTA can be, if your LinkedIn profile is not generating visibility and inbound opportunities your expertise deserves, let's change that. Download my free LinkedIn profile audit scorecard in the featured section above, or send me a direct message and let's talk about what a stronger LinkedIn presence could mean for your career or your business. That closing does two things. Number one, it delivers a low friction immediate action through the scorecard. And number two, it opens the door to a direct conversation for someone who is ready to go further. By the way, that's not just a random example. If you're curious to see how your entire profile compares to the top 1% in your industry, I have a free profile audit tool for you in the description section. So go to the description section and download yours. Back to the conversation. Your about section should never end without telling the reader what to do next. Close the loop. Issue an invitation. Finally, now that you have the framework, there are 3 mistakes to actually avoid, because even a well-structured about section can underperform if any of these are present. Mistake number 1, third person. I've said this before in some of my other videos and I will keep saying it until you get it. Writing your about section in the third person. For example, Sarah is a dynamic leader with a passion for innovation. That creates distance at the exact moment your profile needs to create connection. Write in first person, always. Mistake number 2, generic language. Passionate, result-driven, dynamic, strategic thinker. These words appear on so many LinkedIn profiles that they have lost their meaning completely. Every single one of those adjectives can be replaced with a specific example that shows the quality rather than claiming it. So don't tell me you're result driven, tell me about the results. Mistake number 3, writing for everyone. The about section that tries to speak to every possible reader ends up resonating with nobody. The more specifically you write for your ideal client, employer, or collaborator, the more powerfully your word lands with exactly the right person you want it to land with. Specificity is not a limitation, it is your greatest conversion tool on LinkedIn. And as we wrap up this conversation, your about section is not just a box to fill in. It is your most powerful piece of written real estate on the most professional social network in the world, LinkedIn. And when it is written correctly, with a hook that stops the scroll, a problem that creates recognition, a story that builds trust, and a call to action that converts, it works for you around the clock, attracting the exact people that you want to be working with. Now, take the SPCA framework and go write your about section today, not this week, today. And if you want to see exactly how your entire LinkedIn profile, including your about section, compares to the top 1% in your industry, my free LinkedIn profile audit scorecard is waiting for you in the description section below. It walks you through every section with a clear scoring system, so you know precisely where you stand and what you should be fixing next. Download it, use it, and drop one line from your new About section opening in the comments below. I read every single one and I will tell you honestly whether it earns the click. Thank you for sticking with me up until this point in this video. And if you got value from this video, I'd like you to give me a like, leave me a comment, and share this video with someone you know is on LinkedIn and need to do better with their profile. And of course, I'd appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. It helps my channel to grow and also keeps you updated whenever I drop a video like this one. I'll see you in the next one. In the meantime, stay legendary.
Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning.